Welcome back. How is everybody doing? This is Donnie from Passover Listings. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. We have a little less than, I think we got, 3 months now to Pesach, a little less than 3 months till Pesach. I would love to get everyone, what is everyone doing for Pesach? Are you guys staying home? Are you going on a program? We have a special guest from a program, I'd say program-ish program operator who has mansions and rental homes on the East Coast. So if anyone's interested in that, this would be a good little interview discussion that we're going to have. And you can join in. You can ask questions in the comments section. Feel free to ask away. But yeah, would love, we got 3 months left. It's going to be a lot of fun and kind of diving into showcasing what this program is all about. So just bear with us for 1 minute while we get and we will jump right in. And there we go. Well, that was the quickest.
Hi,
Hey,
Bonnie.
Melissa, how are you?
Here I am in front of me. This is a beautiful portrait of me in my prior life in front of Eloise at the Plaza in New York City.
Okay.
But we are here at our family's beautiful mansion.
Wait, so
and this is...
let's back up for 1 minute, Melissa, so we can introduce you
properly.
Please. All right, guys. So for those who are jumping on, and thank you for joining, we're going to have like a little bit of a guided tour today. So on PassoverListings.com, we have a wonderful program in Vermont. It's at the Wilburton Inn. So Wilburton Passover at the Wilburton Resort, a kosher Passover vacation rental home in Manchester, Vermont. It's pretty unique. It's not the normal Pesach program. So what you're going to hear now and get all information about is a very unique opportunity for coming with large families. And there's a bunch of mansions,
Yes.
One of which Melissa Levis, who runs this, thank you for jumping on, is going to showcase to us today. So first of all, it looks beautiful now.
It is. Look how gorgeous it is. You know, Donnie, it's so special to be a part of this because we're a Jewish family, and this mansion was built in the turn of the century in the Gilded Age. So I love watching Gilded Age on TV, but it's really fun to have our own Gilded Age mansion. And the truth is we've got two of them. One of them is already booked for Passover, but both of them have 15 bedrooms. 15 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, and grand entertaining space.
Okay, so you know what? You gotta start from the entrance of the. Are you in one of them right now?
This is the Wilburton foyer. You can see the gorgeous mahogany beams,
beautiful.
the staircase, the oriental rugs. It is so beautiful. It's been in my family for 36 years. We're the fifth owner. And the Wilburton mansion was built as a private home for a Chicago railroad magnate, much like Gilded Age. And he lost it. He bought it in 1898, built it, opened in 1902, and lost it due to the stock crash with silver in like 1905. But the man who had the mortgage ended up buying it. And his name was Mr. Wilbur. And there's a letter right there from FDR to Mr. Wilbur. Because Mr. Wilbur was on the board of the Library of Congress. So he was a very distinguished gentleman.
These have some history to it. It seems, right?
Enormous history. As a matter of fact, the house that my sister and I live in.
I'm not a huge art guy, but I can tell that even the way, and I can't see I can see a little bit about it, but the art in here is just very pristine, right? And it's
yes, it is. The chandelier is original to the mansion. And you can see it has a beautiful sky with a Cupid and this grapevine. And then when you come into the living room where I am now, that's a Peter Max painting because Peter Max, his art gallery owner had a wedding here and they paid in art. So we have a lot of Peter Max paintings at the Wilburton.
Take us around.
Sure.
For viewers jumping on, I think this, we're already getting a bunch of different comments here, but it would be good. Okay.
So let me show you the living room. Look at the coffered ceiling.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah,
It's just
it's magnificent.
it's very it just seems like a very cozy feeling. Like you kind of it's you
Well,
light up with yeah.
I don't know if you
That's
say cozy. I think you
yeah.
say baronial. I think
Okay.
it's more like if you look at the mantelpiece, it's very carved. That's my mom, and my mom looks out on all the joy that happens in this room.
Okay.
And what I want, and this is like an original painting to the mansion, and the table is original. But what's very
Mhm.
special, look, that is a poster of the Sisters Rosenzweig, which my
Mhm.
Aunt Wendy Wasserstein wrote
Mhm.
a play on Broadway, and it was starring Madeline Kahn,
Mhm.
who played my mother. My mother's family name was Gorgeous, and
Mhm.
Madeline Kahn won the Tony Award for her portrayal of the role of Gorgeous in my Aunt Wendy's play. So people, we have a lot of New Yorkers who come to the Wilburton. We're 4 hours from New York, New Jersey,
I was going to ask that.
Boston,
So you're
Montreal.
so you're really driving distance,
Oh, sure.
from tri-state area. Okay,
We're an
terrific.
easy drive. Most of our guests, we do a lot of family reunions and family fly into Albany because Albany, New York is a 90-minute
Mhm.
drive away. Um, but Manchester's a four-season resort town. And the Wilburton, you see that poster, everybody comes here expecting a cute little New England inn. And they say, why is Wendy Wasserstein's poster on the wall? Because my aunt was really the voice of her generation. And she was the first woman to win a Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award as a playwright.
Mhm.
So she's really very distinguished. And we have a very proud tradition of loving Broadway here at the Wilburton. There's a piano here in the living room, a grand piano, and then we have a Steinway piano in another
Mhm.
room. So we love when families play music and sing
Beautiful.
together and
So
have
how
a lot
many
of joy.
so you got so yes yeah, maybe let's go into a different room now, take a leak
Oh,
while
sure.
look while you're
Okay.
but
So we've walked into the salon, and there's a big pull-down movie screen there. So there's a
oh,
full-size movie
oh
screen
wow.
so people can have movie
Okay.
night. This is the library with some chess
Okay.
games, and we have a children's book area here. This is very cute. I didn't turn on the lights, but we are famous for our doggy slumber parties, and we were on
So
Animal Planet, and
animal approved in the Wilburton Inns.
look how cute. You see our doggy wallpaper with all the spaniels? And this
Yes.
is a picture of the outside with, I kid you not, 100 Cavalier King Charles Spaniels who came from across America, 48 states, to join us for Cavapalooza. This is a cute picture of our Christmas canine holiday slumber party. But the Wilburton Mansion is not
So you
dog friendly.
do a lot of different events there, not just Jewish, other events too. But I think what you're trying to do and what you've done in the past, which has been terrific, is done a kosher for Passover
Yes.
rental
Yes.
for the modern Orthodox
Yep.
Jewish people who really want to go away. So you have 15 bedrooms, you have 8 bedroom mansions, you have 6 bedroom, you have a bunch. In this
Sure.
right now, 15. But how many people can fit in it, Melissa?
32. But what's like last weekend, we hosted Harvard Business School and they had a retreat for 50. So they took two houses. They took this house as their hangout house. That's the
Right.
Steinway piano. This is what we call the Rose Room.
Okay.
And it's set up with chafers for
Okay.
buffets. And
Okay.
then most of the meals take place here in our solarium. It's dark
Beautiful.
and snowy out. So, but you can see how large this dining room is.
Oh my
So
God.
this is still set up for
Yeah.
50
Wow.
because when Harvard came, they all wanted to eat
Right.
together, of course. So this is a stunning room with huge picture windows and views of the valley. So we're always sold out from June through October for weddings every single weekend,
Mm-hmm.
but we're perfect for Jewish holidays and family reunions
Mm-hmm.
because the Wilburton can actually sleep 100 people on our resort. So in
Mm-hmm.
the summer, we've done twice. We've done week-long Jewish family reunions for 100, and
Mm-hmm.
it's usually like a patriarch, matriarch, 8 children, their spouses, and 50 to 60 grandchildren. It's really remarkable. But
Very nice.
we're not talking about that. For Passover, our capacity here is 75 because the indoor space doesn't. Hello? Somebody here? I feel like somebody's here. Well, maybe that was just
We have
ice sledding.
surprise
I
surprise guest there.
No, it must have just been the snow.
Those
But when
prank
you're
ghost
alone
stories.
in a mansion, you have to be always on, seeing
Oh,
what's going on. So when we've done Jewish events, they've had kosher caterers come up from New York.
yes.
Literally, when you're feeding 75 for a week, they brought in a team and they made the most magnificent catering, which was laid out in this room.
Hmm.
And now I'm going to take you to the room they use for the shul, which is our billiard room. So
Right.
this is a wing of the mansion.
The nice
See?
thing about Pesach in your, just to kind of take a pause for a minute while you're showing people the room here, is
Hmm.
I think the nice mansion, correct me if I'm wrong, is that, all the houses, you have a couple other houses that are going to, be there for Passover. They'll all get together for a minyan, but I believe, is there a Chabad also, or is there a shul nearby in walking
As a matter of fact,
distance?
there is. We have a Chabad of Manchester. It's called Manchester Jewish Life. And the
Hmm.
rabbi koshers the kitchens of the mansion and the other houses.
Hmm.
So everybody can come and have a kosher kitchen. But you can also
Hmm.
go there for a minyan. So
I.
it's less than a mile
Mhm.
away. And usually we have rented, so we have 8 properties. One just came, our least expensive 6 bedroom was booked by a family that sadly has a lot of family coming from Israel and they are in the army now. So they had to cancel. So we're very sorry about that, but happy, to support them. So right now we still have availability in the Wilburton mansion and in 3 6-bedroom homes. And the 6-bedroom homes range in price because one of them has only 3 bathrooms,
Hmm.
one of them has 6 bathrooms, and one of them has really luxury bathrooms. So the Wilburton, look, this is the room that most people turn into a shul, and they set it up to daven and to have this be, sort of a sanctuary space. So the living room is the play space, the dining room is the solarium, the rose room, and then this becomes um, a private space. And then outside we have the grounds, which is 30 acres with outdoor ping pong, outdoor
Yes.
volleyball. We're very close to playgrounds, mountains, and we have an indoor swimming pool. So the indoor swimming pool has, we do a morning mikvah for all the men at the different properties.
Hmm.
And then every family, the mansion guests get 2 hours a day in the pool just with their family. And the
Hmm.
smaller houses get an hour a day just with their family.
Okay. Yeah. That's great. I think, look, what I love about it is that though this Passover experience, I think that you're trying to convey is for people who want to be also in nature, right? Have that like more of nature feel. But there's a lot to do on the grounds, like you said. There's volleyball, there's basketball, there's giant chess, tetherball, hammocks, cornhole. It seems like there's a lot.
You got it. We're like fancy Catskills.
Fancy Catskills. Oh wow, that's a good way to put it, right? And are there, there's a couple of days of Cholamoid, right, where people
Sure.
can go out and do stuff nearby. I'm assuming there's stuff nearby, right? That's pretty.
Manchester is a very famous town because there's so much art.
Mhm,
There's fabulous outlet shopping, there's hiking, there's art galleries, there's farmer markets. It's got all of the charm of New England. It's a
mhm,
very historic town. It's one of the most beautiful towns in Vermont.
mhm,
It's easy drive from New York. We have fabulous internet, by the way. We have fiber cable internet. There's televisions in all the bedrooms, private bathrooms in all the bedrooms. And it's luxurious, but because we're a family with 7 grandchildren, we want people to be comfortable here. We're
yeah,
not stuffy. And Manchester is a magnificent town with all, if you're going to be here for 8 nights, there's really a
right.
lot to do. And we have 10 acres of woods that are wonderful for
That's beautiful.
walking. We have art on the ground, a
The
museum
museum,
on the resort.
glass blowing and petting zoo and horses, right, and stuff. Cheese making, I believe, too.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
all of it.
See
And
that,
yeah, it's a very nice
it's an
town.
experience. And just for people who are jumping on or like listening to this, I think the other thing just to point out is that there's no food. It's just not a food program, right? You're going
No,
there, you're renting out the houses. There's, again, a shul nearby. You can also create your own shul with the group, that's there. big, luxurious mansions there. But the food, like you mentioned, people bring in their own food, and there are caterers you work with. As a caterer, I think His Kitchens you work with to kind of come and bring food in, and that's really nice to.
We also have our event chef is a goy, but he's available to cook for you. And if certain families would be comfortable with having him prepare the kosher food that they bring in the kosher kitchen, then it's
So
much
it's
cheaper than going from
a
Batya's kitchen.
private
So
a private
you can have a
chef, but
private chef if you feel comfortable, depending on how strict you are. But
absolutely
that's an option. So
nice.
there's a commercial kitchen at the Wilburton here with lots of storage. And so it's a commercial kitchen. We cook for 225 people
Right,
for weddings. So it's really got a great kitchen if a family wants to cook for themselves, or you can bring up ready-made food. That's, up to you.
right, and that's an option. Probably not the option that people are going to take, but it's an option for those who are much more. And most people that go away would probably just get the catered food in and just kind of that's why they're going away, and that would be probably the easiest option for people because
Absolutely.
the kitchen is kosher, which is very nice. So that's great. So yeah, this look, it's always a pleasure. This has been great. I love the artwork and the story behind it, the culture, and this is such a beautiful town. It seems like there's so much to do.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, I'll show you. You see behind me there? That's a picture of, we made this for all of our guests so they would understand the resort. I'm just going to show you. You see, this is our estate. It's like a golf course.
oh, I
It's
love it.
30 acres, and the mansion anchors it. And the mansion has the beautiful view of the valley. But on the property, you see, we've got 7 different houses tucked into the different corners.
Right.
So there are 3 6-bedroom houses. This is our Maxwell Suites, which is 4 hotel rooms on the ground floor because the Wilburton doesn't have an elevator. So all of the bedrooms are upstairs. But if anybody has a grandmother who can't walk easily, the downstairs floors are handicapped accessible and they can stay in a handicapped
I
accessible
feel
room on
like
the property.
you got it covered. You got it covered for every type of person. For those who are jumping on, there was some questions there. This is in Manchester, Vermont,
Yes.
guys. So, and you can take a look at their beautiful houses online at PassoverListings.com under the Vermont section
Yeah.
at the Wilburton Inn.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't even call it, an inn. I mean, it's these are mansions, beautiful mansions in these like really beautiful hills with nature and just tons of
Mm-hmm.
walking trails,
You
things like that.
One thing I want to mention, and thank you for doing such a great job sharing things that I forget, but we are the #1 ranked property in TripAdvisor in Manchester, and we have been for about 4 years.
That's
The Wilburton has been owned by my family for 36 years. My dad is a Holocaust survivor, and his story is that the family was in Athens, Greece, and survived because the family had a textile mill and was very involved in the community. The bishop gave them papers, changed their names, they went into hiding. But my father bought this property as a place of art, conflict resolution, really finding a place to heal the person and heal the world. And so this is a sanctuary that's a very special, magical place. And really, it's really truly magical. And families who come here, we just hosted the Rebel family from New York City who've been coming with their family, renting the mansion for MLK ski weekends for 20
oh my,
years, over 20 years.
oh my
And
God.
they're based out of New York City, but they have family all over and they come together and the Wilburton becomes a touch point for people's lives.
I love that. So for those who are interested in jumping on, these properties, I believe, go from the 6 bedrooms. I think the lowest one, 6 bedrooms, 12 nights, around the $8,500 rate,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty big. It's a pretty nice price. 6 bedrooms, 8,500, but it sleeps 12, which
Yes.
is not. And then
We have different, our really one of the good value ones is our reunion house that
yeah,
sleeps 18.
yeah.
And I think that's like 8,500.
Right.
So
And then
that's,
if you're looking
they're
for a
good
bigger,
values.
yeah, and if you're looking for a bigger property, a 15 bedroom, those go for I think around the 20,000 to 27, 5,000,
Exactly. And you know what, Danny,
12 9.
Donnie, we'll do a special, you know what? If anybody follows up from this Instagram, I will give you a special 10% off. How's that?
Ooh,
How's that? But you've got to follow up
uh,
immediately and say you saw us here on Passover
there you
Listing Live,
go. There you go.
right? Find me at the Wilburton Inn, and this will expire, I don't know, by Sunday. So get your organized
There you
family
go.
together, and I'll give you 10%
That
off. How's
is, I
that?
think, the ever spur of the moment discount right there.
Boom.
I didn't even
That's
know
how
that.
we roll. When your family run,
You
you know, look at this grandfather clock.
you
We
make the
say
price.
that time stands still at the
Yeah,
Wilburton.
yeah, yeah,
And this is how gorgeous it is in the fall. You see the colors and the view.
yeah. It's
That's the view
beautiful.
from
Oh, this
here.
is listen. If I'm out there ever, Melissa, I'm gonna take a peek at this. This looks beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
People. A couple other questions. Yeah, people bring the food. So I think someone's asking if people bring it. Yes. So you don't have to bring the food. You can bring the food, but if you don't want to bring the food, Melissa works with a bunch of really good kosher caterers. For example, one of the ones that she works with is Batya's Kitchen, which I'm sure is you know is a well-known caterer on the East Coast, and they deliver to Melissa's properties, the Wilburton Mansion, Wilburton Inn. So you can always get catered food, and if you want, and if of course since the kitchen is kosher, you can always bring your own food too. So this is again, it's a nice reasonable option for people who want to go for Pesach and take a peek. Again, you can take a look at PassoverListings.com. And as always, if you guys need any help, you always reach out to us directly at PassoverListings.com. We're happy to help you answer any questions. Melissa, thank you so
So
much for
fun.
coming
So
on.
nice to see you. Thank you for the idea that
This,
I would give a little tour here.
this is great.
And
Yeah,
one thing I want to just say is that every room is different. So the Wilburton's a boutique hotel, and it's really fun for children to, it's like the ultimate hide and go seek haven
love
here. And
that.
there's just tons and tons of charm and places for the family to be entertained and to get away from the city and enjoy nature here in
Yeah,
Vermont. So come join us and discover the Wilburton.
I love it. I love it. Well, have a great evening, and thank you so much for showcasing your products. This is great. I'm
Of
sure
course,
people
thank
have
you. It was fun talking to you. And 10% off.
it
Say you saw us here on Passover Live.
more. Okay, have a good one,
Lehitraot.
everybody.
Bye. See you later. Thanks. Bye.